Hi everyone, this is Mark Repp, Technology Trainer of Port Huron Schools, and today we're going to try something a little different. It's Google Classroom meets Google Docs, a student peer editing assignment within Google Classroom. We're going to open a document in Google Classroom and observe how students would comment on that document in the whole peer editing process. So I'm going to show you step by step how this would happen. First, the student will log into his or her Google account. The student will put in his or her username and password using this naming structure. Then the student goes to the teacher's Google Classroom. And there are three ways to get to Google Classroom. One is to go to classroom.google.com. And this can be saved as a bookmark bar button on the bookmarks bar of Google Chrome. The student can also click on the Google Classroom button at the bottom of the Chromebook screen. And third, you can click on your Google Apps button in the top right corner, the button that looks like this, and click More. Next, when you go to your teacher's Google Classroom, you will see, in most cases, several Google Classrooms. Today we're going to be clicking on mine, which is Mr. Repp's technology class, but the student would simply pick his or her teacher's classroom. Now let's take a look at what this process would look like from an actual student's point of view. Here's the writing journal entry. The student will click Open over here at the right to open it up. He or she will then see the assignment and then will click on the name of the assignment to open the Google Doc. Now the student will write the assignment, and I'll fast forward a little bit. So the student has written this passage, and now it's ready to be shared with the peer editing partner. The student writer will then click on the Share button in the top right corner. He will locate his partner's last name. Writing a note is optional. And then come up here to where it says Can Edit. And we're going to change that to Can Comment. And now he's ready to send it off to his peer editing partner. At this point, the student can then close the tab, and that part of the assignment is done. Now we go over to the student editing partner who will be editing the assignment. The student editing partner will now come up here to the Google Apps button and then go to Drive. Now we're in the student's Google Drive. The peer editor will now click on Shared with Me and go over and locate the document. Here it is. Now the peer editor will double click on the document. And one of the first things that the peer editor will see are words underlined in red. These are usually words that are misspelled. For example, the word capacity is misspelled. The quickest way to highlight this word is to double-click right in the middle of the word, and then it's highlighted in light blue. To make a correction or a comment, the student peer editor will then come up and click the Comments button, and then choose Comment. Click on the Comment button, and then say something like misspelled, and then offer the correct spelling of that word. When done, click Comment. Now, if you didn't know how to spell that word correctly, you could just double-click, right-click on it, and you could see the correct spelling right there. Then move on to the next word. Here's another word that's misspelled, stylus. I can double-click, right-click and choose the correct spelling, and correct it right then and there. But instead, we're going to make a comment, so we won't change the word. We'll just double-click on it and click Comments. Then click Comment, and again type in misspelled and offer the correct spelling. And finally, click Comment. Now here's a wording correction that needs to be made, so I'm going to show you how that's done. We'll just highlight the entire sentence this time. And then we'll click Comments, and then Comment. And we want to be nice, so we'll just say add a comma after stylus, and then features is misspelled. When done making a correction on the entire sentence, click Comment. And now you'll see again that the comment has been added over here at the right. Now let's look at it from the writer's point of view. This might be the next day. The student goes back into Google Classroom, goes back to the assignment and clicks Open once again, and then clicks on the writing assignment. Now here's the difference. This time, the student writer has seen the peer editor's comments, along with the highlighted words and sentence that have been corrected or commented on. The student writer will then read over these corrections and comments, and then make the corrections. He'll double-click on the middle of the word, right-click, and choose Stylus. In this case, capacity is also misspelled. Right-click and choose capacity. And the same thing with the word features. Right-click, features. There's nothing really here to disagree with, so he'll click Resolve and Resolve. And if he wanted to comment on what the peer editor said, he could click right on the comment and offer a reply. Thanking the peer editor is just good manners, so we'll click Reply, and I'll leave that one there. Now the assignment is finished, and the student will then click Turn In to turn in the work. Google will then pop up one more reminder, letting the student know that the one attachment will be submitted for Writer's Journal entry number 16, peer editing. The student will click Turn In, and now the assignment is officially turned in. The student can go back with the arrow in the top left corner and return to the Google Classroom where he sees that the assignment is done. Then it's time to close the tab to close out of Google Classroom. At this point in a computer lab, the student could then log out. If you're using Chromebooks in which the students use the same Chromebook every day, you would simply turn off your Chromebook. And that's a look at an entire peer editing assignment from the writer as well as the peer editor's point of view. Hopefully this has helped you. Join me again. I'm Mark Repp.